This demonstration we're going to have a look at how we can prepare a source domain controller that we want to clone. So what we have here is we have a Windows Server 2012 box running as a virtual machine on top of Hyper-V. So what we're going to do is we're just going to come to Tools and we're just going to launch up our Active Directory Admin Center. Once we're within here, we're just going to come to a datum local. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to find an organizational unit of domain controllers. Now that we've done this, we should be able to see our domain controller intact. We're now just going to add our domain controller to a group, and the group we're looking for here is clonable. So we'll select OK, and that's all now done. So the next thing we're going to do here is we're just going to launch up Windows PowerShell. First thing we need to do here is we just need to have a look at our domain controller cloning exclude application list. And what we're going to do here is verify that any critical applications in our production environment need to be actually verified that we can actually use these on the domain controller. So we'll just issue the command that will allow us to do that. And the command we're going to issue is get-add DC cloning exclude application list and hit return. We're fairly happy. We've checked all of these and we have actually made sure that these are all actually allowed applications. So the next thing we're going to do here is we're just going to generate an XML file based off this list. So same command again, but this time we're just going to generate an XML and hit return. And that's going to go away and just generate the list. And as we can see here, the inclusion list was now written to C:\Windows ntds custom DC clone allow list.xml. Now we've done that, the next thing we need to do here is we just need to create a DC clone config.xml file. So what we'll do here, we'll just clear the screen off and we'll just issue the command that will allow us to create that file. And the command we're going to issue here is new -add DC clone config file. So as we can see, it's now creating the file, it's starting to do all the validation, it has now indeed created the file. The next step to do here will be to shut down my domain controller. Once the domain controller is shut down, the next thing we would do at this point here is we would export the virtual machine. We would then re-import the virtual machine, but as we import it, we would choose the type to be copy the virtual machine and create a unique ID. We then choose where to store the virtual machine files. What we then do is we just rename the virtual machine to, for example, lon-dc3. We then start the virtual machine and connect, and what we would see as the virtual machine was starting, we would see the domain controller cloning is at whatever percentage completion message. That can take some time to go through, so just remember that this isn't a quick task. Me personally, what I've done before in the past is rather than actually clone Active Directory domain controllers, I've just created new Windows 2012 machines and then just ran through a DC promo process. But that's the end of this demonstration of preparing a virtual machine for domain controller cloning. Thank you.